So this is a direct proportion question, but it's a bit of a toughie. So you might want to try this question 2 or 3 times when you're revising. Don't just do it the once. So it says y is directly proportional to the cube of x. Let's write that down first in maths. We've got the proportion sign, haven't we? Y is directly proportional to x cubed. Sorry, it's a little bit high. But we don't want the proportion sign, so if I get rid of it and change it to an equal sign, I need to introduce a constant k, and that's translated to the first sentence. Now it says that y, in this particular case, is equal to 20h. So I'm going to replace my y with 20h, and I'm going to replace the x with h. And we're told also that h can't be equal to 0. So there's my y, I'm writing it now as 20h, and I'm replacing the x with h, so there we have it. Now in this case I can divide both sides by h, because h can't be 0. Why does that matter? Because if h was 0, we can't divide by 0 both sides. That wouldn't make any sense. So in this case I can, because h is not 0. So 20 equals kh squared. And I can see that if I divide both sides by h squared, that means 20 over h squared is equal to k. So now I found that constant k. I can rewrite my second line, which tells me that y is equal to kx cubed. But I know what k is now, so I can answer this question. I can find y in terms of x and h. So here we go. If I write down y equals 20 over h squared times by x cubed. So there it is, y in terms of x's and h's. Okay, now I don't think that was particularly easy, was it? But I hope you can follow the argument as I've written it down that way. Right, let's have a look at what we've got to do with this formula. So it's told us when find x in terms of h when y is equal to 67.5. So let's write down the formula that we discovered in part A. Okay, this was what we discovered. And now we're saying that y is equal to 67.5 h. So I'm going to replace my y with 67.5 h, because they're the same apparently. Okay, and I'm left with the rest of the formula, x cubed. Now I need to make x a subject to the formula. So if I times both sides by h squared, I'm going to get rid of that fraction, 20x cubed. If I divide both sides by 20, I'm going to get a formula for x cubed. So x cubed is equal to 67.5 h cubed over 20. If now I cube root both sides, I could get an answer for x. But be wary, I know this is not that many marks, but you need to make sure that this is the simplest version. I've seen this cube, so I'm a little bit suspicious. I'm going to check out what is 67.5 over 20. Is that a nice fraction? So I'm just going to check that. And apparently it's the same as 27 over 8, so I was right. So x is equal to the cube root of 27 over 8, or 27h cubed over 8. And all those numbers can be cube rooted, can't they? The cube root of 27 is 3, h cubed cube rooted is h, and the cube root of 8 is 2. So that means that x is equal to 3h divided by 2. And that is the final answer. So x is equal to 1.5 h's, or 3h over 2. Now I think that was pretty tricky, so you might want to come and visit this question again in the near future after you had a go. Do pause, have a read. Okay, and the mark scheme. And we've got the right answer. Lovely. I'd rather you wrote the answer as a fraction rather than as a decimal.